everyone, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing another makeup collection slash testing video. If you haven't seen my first one, it is on concealers, and I will link that video to this one. I'll probably put it in the cards section. Yeah, it'll be there. But today we're doing neutralizers. I wanted to do this separately because I treat my neutralizers and my concealers a little bit differently. I almost always use both. I got some dark circles going on. They came about as I got older, and that's life, people. What are you gonna do? I already did a comparison of the YSL neutralizer and the Maybelline Age Rewind, but I really wanted to see what all of my neutralizers were when they were battled against each other. So I wore a different neutralizer every day until I ran out of neutralizers. I did this vlog style, so I basically just set up a camera, film myself putting it on in the morning, sometimes more like mid-afternoon, depending on how my day went. And then I tried to update you 1 to 2 times in the day to show you kind of how it held up throughout the day, a little bit about the coverage, stuff like that. So if you want to see which neutralizers worked the best and which ones were kind of, then just keep watching. Okay, so today I am actually going to start with the NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and this is in a pot. I've actually heard a lot of people compare this to the Bobbi Brown one, which I don't have because I feel like everybody ends up saying that they like this one more than the Bobbi Brown version. I apologize if it looks like I'm giving you the finger, but to be totally honest, I find the middle finger to be the best finger for blending. So just to keep it the same across the board, I'm going to use my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. Actually does a very, very good job of covering up my dark circles, which I don't know if you can tell here, but it has really great coverage. It's creamy for something in a pot form. I'm also actually going to set it with my Laura Mercier brightening powder. So yeah, I don't know if you can see, I think it had a great coverage. I feel like a pot form of concealer is sometimes stiffer, and this is actually very creamy. So I will keep you posted throughout the day. Okay, so this neutralizer is, you know, it's still got pretty good coverage. It's just, it's very cakey. I do feel like the NYX gets a little bit clumpy. And I did put it on relatively heavy, but it does feel like even though I set it and used concealer and everything, it got a little slippy slidey. Not terrible, and I don't know, it didn't stay in place quite as much as I would hope that it would. Hey everyone, so today is day 2 of my neutralizers challenge. Today I'm using the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. This is in a pot form here. My first reaction is that it feels a little bit more natural and a little bit lighter, and my under eyes feel a little bit more skin-like than with the NYX. So far, I'm really enjoying this neutralizer. Okay, so this neutralizer holds up really well. I don't see as much creasing with it. I was rubbing my eyes. I was actually watching a particularly emotional episode of Fuller House, and I got teary-eyed. So it did get a little smudgy because I rubbed my eyes a little bit. I do feel like it stays in place better than the NYX one did yesterday, and the Tarte Amazonian clay products just, they get better as the day goes on. I don't know how that's possible, but it does. Okay, so today on my neutralizers test, I'm gonna try something a little weird, and this may be an epic fail. I don't know. But I, for some reason, picked up the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Honey, which is, I think, the shade just darker than Vanilla, because I was trying to figure out what shade I was. And it has a similar color to it than most of my neutralizers. It's very, I think it looks very peachy. So I just decided to give this a try and see how well it works as a neutralizer. It does a pretty decent job of toning things down. I don't know if I'm getting the same as intense coverage as I get with the Tarte or even the NYX, but it's a very natural look to it. And we'll see how it holds up throughout the day. Okay, so as far as this neutralizer goes, I didn't get a lot of coverage with it. It toned things down a lot, but not quite as much as, say, the Tarte one. I do feel like it's very natural. It's not getting creasy at all. So I feel like for like a natural casual day, not bad. Okay, so the concealer's pretty similar. I think it's held up pretty well. Not amazing coverage for, you know, a neutralizer. Kind of wish it was a little bit more. It's a very natural look and it doesn't get cakey or creasy. A decent option. Okay, so today's neutralizer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm reading the foreign language one again. Eraser Dark Circle Treatment Concealer, and this is in the shade Neutralizer. I did a whole review comparison of this one compared to the new YSL, and I'll link that video, but I want to include this one just to compare it to all of the neutralizers. I'm loving the coverage of this. Covers everything up so flawlessly. We'll see how it holds up throughout the day. Okay, so this neutralizer gets a little clumpy, I have to admit. Like in the fine lines and wrinkles. Overall, it does feel like it's faded a little. Okay, so I don't know if you can see here, I have like sunglass dents, but it did get a little clumpy and wore a little bit, but I mean, it's been on for a long time and I still think, at least in this light, there's still decent coverage there. So, I mean, it held up pretty well. Okay, so today we are going with the new YSL neutralizer, and this is in the shade Bisque. It's a much thinner formula than some of the others. So I'll just set this and I'll update you throughout the day. Okay, so neutralizer update. I was at the chiropractor, so you have your face down while they're adjusting you, so some of it does rub off, obviously. Here's the thing with the YSL. You use less product and it's thinner, so that it doesn't get as cakey and clumpy as some of the other neutralizers. But I don't know if the coverage is as good as some of the others. So I do think you kind of have to compromise a little bit. Like, do you want the coverage or do you want it to stay looking natural? Like, this is definitely the most natural of all the neutralizers. It just doesn't give you necessarily quite as much coverage. Okay, so I have to say this neutralizer held up really well throughout the day. The coverage itself was not huge, but because it's a thinner formula, it doesn't gather nearly as much as some of the others, so it stays looking natural. Wish it had a tiny bit more coverage, but I do love that it stays natural. It doesn't gather in my fine lines and doesn't get clumpy. Just wish it covered up a little bit more. Just a little. But still, overall, good choice. And those are my neutralizers. If I tried any of your favorites, then please let me know. If you like some that I didn't, or you don't like some that I did, or you have any that I haven't tried that you are absolutely in love with, then please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. I learn as much from you as you learn from me. I might learn more. There's more of you than there is of me, so who knows. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up and be sure you subscribe to my channel because I have a ton more makeup reviews coming. Lots of foundation stuff coming, people. Foundation testing was epic. I don't want to oversell it, but it was epic. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media channels. The links are all in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you join me next time. I'm wearing my nameplate necklace, which always makes me feel very Carrie Bradshaw. Watch it be upside down. That would be my look. Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. Today I am doing something a little different. It's not super different, but it's kind of different. Maybe I should just tell you what I'm gonna do.